Hi, my name is Liz Schwenke, and welcome to this edition of Inside Scoop, where we talk to friends and neighbors about current and upcoming events in our town. Today we have a friend of mine here, Gary Cheney, and Gary, you're here to talk about Sharefest, correct?
One of my favorite subjects,
Yeah.
Liz.
And I know you've been here before and we've talked about Sharefest, but this year we have a bigger mission. I know I sit on the Sharefest committee, and it's my personal goal to help you accomplish this mission. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, I sure appreciate that. It's always nice to have good people on board.
Thanks.
You know, one of the missions that we are adamant about is feeding the hungry.
Right.
I think that's one of the basic needs that we have, and Sharefest has done a pretty good job of that over the years. We've been able to get some really good data and research done by our local food pantries, as well as the larger entity, Northern Illinois Food Bank and Feeding America. So what's happened out of that is we've really begun to analyze that data and then go back and try to do a little bit more with the resources that we have. So for instance, the New Lenox Township Food Pantry, which primarily feeds the majority of the hungry families here in New Lenox. We have, you know, 3 other food pantries as well. But that one feeds the majority. And that pantry was really feeding about 100 to 120 families a week out of a space that was 400 square foot.
Oh, I've been in it. It was so small.
Very
I don't know how
small.
they got anything done.
About the size of a couple small bedrooms. So you could imagine how difficult it was to maximize the efforts there. So thankfully, there's been an initiative that has been able to build a new food pantry when we're going from 400 square feet to 2,000 square
Oh, wow.
feet.
Big jump.
A huge jump. It's
Yes.
like going from a bedroom to a house.
Yes.
So what happens when you do that, of course, you have an opportunity to bring in more food, store more food, display more food, and feed more people and feed them more efficiently. But that does take a little bit of help. So what we have been asked to do, Sharefest and Family Service Foundation in New Lenox, which oversees one of the directors there as well, and we oversee what goes on at the food pantry, especially with the funding part of it. So we've combined our organizations together to raise funds to better equip and enable the pantry to feed people. What that means is that we have proposed to purchase a new walk-in cooler freezer unit. That's a pretty large unit. We're looking at a 10 by 20 unit. That will allow Kathy and her team at the food pantry to be able to bring in perishable foods and freezer items and store them. And then when the families are coming in, it's easier to pull that out and give it to the families. So to do that, though, it takes a lot of money. A new freezer cooler unit, roughly $18,000 to $20,000.
Gosh.
So that's a big chunk of money.
It is.
So what Sharefest has done, we've initiated, we do have a team that is a fundraising team, and some people that are really gung-ho about helping. So what we've done is we've put together some initiatives. One of those is we have a raffle, and we've asked businesses to donate at least $100 worth of an item, and then we sell the raffle tickets for $5, and then the money that is raised from that's going to go help purchase the pantry.
And how have those ticket sales gone?
I'm surprised. The ticket sales, when you have good people, good things happen, right? So at this point, we've raised, I think we're about $800 or $900 we've raised right there in a month's worth of time.
And these are going to go on every month until the big event in September, correct?
Right. So you buy a ticket for $5, and what's nice about that is you have a chance to win $100. But what's even better than that is, even if you don't win the $100, that $5 goes into purchasing a freezer cooler unit that will last. It's a legacy that would last more than a lifetime.
Great.
So that would be the great thing to do is, maybe you win, that's a happy thing, but even if you don't win, you're actually feeding people for centuries.
So it sounds like you got some pretty cool prizes for over the next couple of months. I know we're going to draw the first winning ticket at this Monday's Sharefest meeting, right?
You betcha. High noon we'll be drawing the winner. So we're excited about that, and Williamson's restaurant here in town has donated a $100 gift certificate. We have a long list of other items. I hope I can remember some of them, but some of them all. I know Lincoln Way Florist has donated a couple of $50 gift
Oh, they're good
certificates.
folks.
Massage Envy has donated a
Ooh,
gift
I
certificate.
hope I win that one.
So does, yeah, I know. So does some of my family. But the the village, of course, gave us a couple of the concert tickets, which
Ah.
who doesn't want to have a chance at
Heck
a
yeah.
triple play concert? And not that I'm promoting that somebody from outside the village would be able to come in and see our concert, but I believe this is the only way somebody would be able to get a concert ticket if you didn't live
You're
here in New
probably
Lenox.
right. Okay, so we've got good people out there selling tickets. If they don't know that I have tickets that I'm selling, how would somebody, after hearing this broadcast, be able to purchase tickets? Are they available at any local businesses or?
We're working on that right now. Probably the easiest way, if you go to sharefestnewlenox.com, you could look at the schedule of events that we have, and all of our coordinators' emails are on that list, and you would be able to just send an email out to the coordinator who's doing that. That's Lauren Rinke this year. And then all of our committee members, like yourself, have tickets that you could contact any one of our committee, our event coordinators, I should say, and they have tickets. And then, of course, you can always call the Sharefest number.
Okay, so we're at, I think we were talking earlier that we're at about a little over $9,000 to raise the $19,000 or $20,000 for this fridge freezer combo. So
Correct.
other than buying tickets, how can people in the area, businesses, help?
Well, that's a great question. We decided last year, we knew that this was going to happen. At least we foresaw it,
Right.
and we planned for it.
Right.
So we banked some of the funds that we collected last year. And then that money was applied to the funds that we've raised already. So altogether, with money we raised last year that we didn't use for service projects and
Right.
things, we banked it. And then with the money we've raised so far this year, we're at a little over $9,000 that we have raised for this $18,000 to $20,000 unit. And what we're proposing for some people to help us, some businesses to help, is a sponsorship. So Sharefest, a great event as it is, I think it's really nice that the people in the community know which organizations and businesses believe in what we're doing. And then what we do for them is, we allow them to put one of our little stickers on their windows, and we do some Facebook, and we do promoting that they are a partner with us and actually a sponsor. And if you are a sponsor, we have 4 different levels. We have a bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. And then whatever level that you buy into, you would receive the benefits as a business for those, for that sponsorship.
Well, bare minimum, I think on the bronze, you get your logo put on like every single piece of paper. But there are a lot more perks as you go up the ladder of sponsorships.
Right, and we do a lot of promotion. One of the things that we bring to our partners is that we do get a lot of publicity. And we do that because it's all good news. It's all the good news. It's not the bad news. And we're out there helping and loving people. And that's a pretty nice thing to be associated with. So there is some benefit of being partnered with us. And the sponsors, of course, are going to get more benefit than that because they get to come out at our job fairs or our main
Right.
event and all of our marketing material, and we're doing Facebook, advertisement for them, and I think that's a pretty good thing. Our sponsorship levels can be $125, all the way up to however many zeros you can write on a
Yeah,
check.
and you've gotten some nice donations from businesses. I know I've been talking to people and picking up checks for you, and it's just a really worthwhile cause. And we'll scroll the website on the bottom of the screen before we sign off, but give us that website again in case somebody's inspired after this to immediately go, and will they be able to sign up online?
Sure, we're should have that sign up sponsorship online within a day or two.
Okay.
We're working on that right now, but the email is there. The website is www.sharefestnewlenox.com. And all of you could just look at the site. It's
Right.
very easy to find what you need to
Yeah,
look
it is
at.
pretty easy.
And then you will be able to print out a sponsorship form, which can be mailed or faxed in. And then we're also putting an online version on so that people would just be able to fill it out online.
And I want you to talk a little bit about the United Way, what they're doing for Sharefest this year with brokering the funds.
Well, I'm really excited about the big picture with United Way, too. We've been asked to work with them on their volunteer enrollment link, which is fantastic,
Oh,
a way
cool.
for volunteers to plug in, and we could put our stuff on there and people around the county could volunteer. So that's one thing we're really excited about. The other way is that United Way really becomes a bank for us, and it's a very special relationship. Because they are doing all of when money comes in,
Yeah, the work.
they do all of the work for us, and they send out the notices, the thank yous, and everything else. They keep track. Anytime we want a statement to show the committee or anybody, we can say how much is coming in, how much is going out. But what's really nice about it is that, and you have to love United Way for this, because they decided that it was such a great event that what they were going to do is be our bank for us, our 501c3. And they were not going to hold out any fees, what a
That's
lot
incredible.
of nonprofits do, right? A lot of 501c3s, they hold out some administrative fees. So they've given us a word and said, we believe in what you're doing. You get 100% of what you take in. And you know, that's a pretty nice gift to
Yeah,
have.
they're taking a lot of the headache out of it for us. So when people see then on the website that if they want to sponsor bronze all the way up, they're going to make out the checks to United Way of Will County, but / Sharefest, correct? Or Sharefest in the little memo column at the bottom of the check?
Right, somewhere you would have to indicate that it goes to the Sharefest account.
Right.
We do have our own account under United
Okay.
Way, but they would need to know that that's what this money is being sent into
Great.
United Way for, correct?
Well, you're doing a terrific job. Is there anything else you'd like anybody to know about Sharefest or being a partner with Sharefest for the fridge-freezer combo and helping us open that pantry? Pantry should be opening, what, in 2 months?
I would say a couple of months would be
Okay.
about right. We've made great progress over there, but there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. You know, the fact of the matter is that we are feeding here in New Lenox.
Right.
You know, it's well over 550 families now, and I know that ebbs and flows. Every month it can change a little bit. But if you took a look at the numbers, you know, in Frankfort Township, right down the road, they're feeding another 550.
Right.
So we're well over 1,100 family visits to our local pantries here right in town. And I think that that's a tremendous amount of people that we're feeding. This freezer cooler unit is going to be a great asset that will allow us to take in more food. Right now, we actually have to refuse some food donations
Right.
coming in because we have nowhere to put it.
Right, and she just has this tiny little refrigerator, so this will allow us to have more
Exactly.
fresh fruits, vegetables, anything that needs to be refrigerated, as well as people who donate hams or turkeys that are frozen for
Well,
the
could you
holidays.
imagine trying to feed 500 plus families out of your home refrigerator?
No.
I mean, that's what we're doing. We have residential refrigerators and, you know, some freezers that are residential freezers. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So it's really important that we upgrade in order to become more efficient with how we are feeding the people.
Right. Well, thanks for joining me today, Gary, and I know we're going to reach our goal. I know it.
Yeah, I kind of feel it too.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching, and open your hearts, open your pockets. Sharefest, New Lenox.